Right, welcome back everyone. My name is Paul Jewett and I'm chair of the Oxfordshire Local Optometric Committee. This is chapter 3, and then in chapter 3 we're going to look at our one and only OptoClaim module, which is the interocular pressure module. In this chapter, I'm just going to run through a basic outline and the initial setup of the interocular pressure system. So you're in there, simply click on interocular eye pressure and that's going to take you through to this module. Now each module is going to have a similar structure to it, but will be slightly different really. So in the repeat pressure measurement system, you've got your main tabs down the left hand side here. Patients, which will allow you to view all the patients, the active patients, the inactive patients, new patients, and referral delivery status. I will go through that in a specific video on patients. The next one is the downloads, which I'll run through quickly. In the downloads, we can add as much information as we need here through our main server, but at the moment the only one that we've added in is the raised pressure information leaflet, which obviously you can click on, print it out, give it to a patient, or simply just laminate one of them and give it to each patient that comes in to have their IOP referral refinement done. So that's very simply on the download section. You've then got your invoices section. I'll run through that on a separate chapter again. You've got your admin section, which is what I'm going to be doing now, which is really the initial setup. So you only really have to go into the admin system once to set up the whole system, and then every time you might get a new optometrist who's registered. So if you get a new accredited optometrist and you change optometrist, or a new locum comes along and they're accredited, then you can add them in this admin section. So let's go through. There's only 3 things in the admin system, so it shouldn't take a long time to do it all, but you've got your initial setup of your side test tonometer. So if you click on that, you can put in your default side test tonometer. If you have an eye care, if you use Perkins toner pen, I use a non-contact tonometer. Just save that. And all that really means that is each time you do an IOP pressure measurement, that it's going to fill in that as your standard measurement machine in the beginning, so it just saves a bit of time. You do similar thing with the repeat tonometer. Now most of you, I'm sure, will be using a Goldman, but there might be a couple using Perkins. Obviously save whichever one you use in there. And when we go through the video of adding patients, you'll see how that saves you time. If you set it up, you don't have to click through the boxes each time. But the one that you might use a little bit more is setting up managing your practitioners. So basically you can have as many practitioners at a contract site as you need to. So here we've got myself with my GOC number and Susie Smith with their GOC number. You can update them, you can delete them. So let's add a new one. So let's say I've just employed a new locum. He's done the WOPEC accreditation, sent the forms off to the OCCG. They've said, "Oh, go ahead." So we want to add him onto the system. So you would just go to add practitioner. Very simple. Jones. Number is, and then they need to create a sign-off number. So each individual practitioner needs a unique sign-off number created by them, not by you. So then you call the locum over and say, "Can you make your 4-digit code or your sign-off number?" I'm going to make it 1234 just to make it nice and easy. 1234, and he needs to remember that number. She needs to remember that number. So each time they come in and use the software, they can sign off their patients, and you'll see in later videos how that works. So save that, and now you'll notice I've got 3 optometrists, and again I can add and delete an optometrist as I need to. Let's delete this chappy off. So he's off the system now. So that's very basically the standard setup. So you only really need to set up 3 things: your side test tonometer, your repeat tonometer, and your practitioners, and that's pretty much it.